Hello and welcome back to another edition of Alabama Community Film Community TV. I'm Alan Rhodes and I've got Dylan Smith with me here tonight, and we are on our fourth episode here at Longleaf Studios, Studio B in Jacksonville, Alabama. We have a crew tonight of about 12, maybe 13 if I miscounted, but of course we're at Longleaf Studios in Jacksonville, and Longleaf is where the Northeast Alabama Film Initiative is housed. And what we're doing is developing a film crew so that film directors and producers can come to this area, take advantage of the film initiatives that are incentives that are in Alabama, and hopefully get more film coming to the state. We know there's quite a bit coming into Birmingham now, some to Huntsville, Montgomery, Mobile, a couple of friends of mine in Tuscaloosa, producers, directors, and I know of even one producer that's moved into the Birmingham area that has a home here in Jacksonville or the Anniston area. So we're really excited about that, the growth of the film industry and film in Alabama. In a couple of weeks, we're trying to get Bill Billions to come down from Huntsville. And so, Bill, if you're watching tonight, I'm talking directly to you. We'd like to have you and maybe some of your people come down here, or at least get us on a FaceTime, and we can talk about your company, Hollywood Productions there in Huntsville, and all the work that you've done and are teaching people to be actors and directors in the film industry, and that's a great thing going on in the Huntsville area. So here we are tonight, episode 4, and a little bit of housekeeping I want to take care of. We have a film camp coming up. This is last year's poster, but the last week of June, you can go online right now and register to be a part of the film camp. A couple of the people here in our class here tonight, which is a free class every Tuesday night, are and have been part of film camp, and there are several who are be signing up to come back again this year. It'll be the last week of June, so we'd love to have you go online and attend our film camp. I believe Cheyenne Oliver will be back again this year. I'll be back. And we can handle about 20 people, 14 to 20 years old. You get to live in the dormitory at Jacksonville State, eat in the cafeteria, and which is really good that week, by the way. And as it is always, let me say that. But you can come and have a great time, produce a film. We showed last year's film here last week. You can go online and watch episode 3 and see The Last Door, which was produced by last year's film crew. Also, if you need information on Longleaf, we've got some brochures that we can send you. You can call 256-365-1650. Logan will be back next week. Daniel is here this week to run the office, answer the phones, and do all that. But be sure to go to longleafstudios.com and look up all the information on Longleaf Studios. We're associated with Jacksonville State University, where there's a film minor and drama major. There's a major in communication that you can get there, as well as all the other major disciplines and other brochures that you can see that we have. One other thing, if you're in the area and you're a school in the area, we have a program where Longleaf Studios is presenting film production field trips. So go online and register if you'd like for your school to come and take a field trip. Very reasonable price, but you get instruction on what it's like to be on a crew. You get to work with some cameras. We'll turn all the lights on. You'll produce a production and have a lot of fun. But that's any week that you need a field trip, Longleaf Studios is ready to have you come by. Just go to longleafstudiosfieldtrips.com on the website, or again, call us and we can give you more information on that. So anyway, I have my guest with me tonight, Dylan Smith. And Dylan, you are a film crew person who's been coming on Tuesday night, a high school student here in the area, and your interest seems to be in the making of props.
Yes.
How did you get interested in that?
Well, it all started when I first watched Star Wars. I saw the lightsabers that they used, and I told my dad, I said, oh my gosh, I need one. Dad, can I have one? He goes to Walmart and he picks up one of the plastic lightsabers with the telescoping blade that were quite popular since they always seem to be sold out.
And so, how old were you when you wanted your first lightsaber?
Oh, I was about 5 years old.
So you were young when you started looking at props as
Yeah.
something to run out in the backyard and swing and play with and act like you're in the movies, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I said, this wasn't good enough. This doesn't look real enough.
So you began to make your own? Okay, well that's where the interest came in. So have you made a lightsaber? And
Yes, I actually have. It is made out of a bathroom sink drain and PVC pipe.
so it actually looks pretty good if you paint the end of it, and we
Right.
can use it and track the end and make an actual saber for a show. It looks like it did a pretty good job with that.
Thank you. This is actually the first one I ever made.
Okay.
I was about probably 15 when I made it.
All right, so you made another one, did you?
Yes, I have, but I don't have that one
Okay.
with me.
So you brought that one down,
Yes.
and basically you just go and find parts that you think would look like it,
Basically, yeah.
and make them, and then use them to play with at the moment. I mean, use,
Right,
but
yeah.
they can be used in the film industry. You also look like you are taking some regular weaponry and making it into something that could be used on a set. Let me see
Yes.
your gun.
This is actually the Nerf Maverick Rev 2.
Okay, that looks like an interesting
Right.
weapon.
All it is just a painted up Nerf gun.
But the Nerf gun comes in multi-colors. I mean, so you,
Right,
you
yes.
had to go do the paint job on that.
I believe this one was actually blue before.
And you
I
got the
painted it.
metallic, not the metallic, but the
matte.
brown look, that black look that gives it the actual gun
Right, yes.
feel to it.
Yeah, the matte black.
So how did you come up with knowing how to do that?
Lots and lots of YouTube videos.
Okay, so you go out to what we're doing tonight on the YouTube and then go try to mimic that in the garage and that kind of thing. So that's been your total interest.
Yep.
Well, there was an event in Anniston this last weekend, right?
Anycon, yes.
All right, tell me about Anycon. You know, you say I'm much older than you. I'm not into all those things. So tell me, what was that went on in Anniston?
Basically, what Anycon is, it's basically like Comic-Con. People go and dress
But it's
up.
a big event, right? I mean,
yes.
even in Anniston,
Yes.
how many people do you think attended?
Oh, 500.
So
maybe?
500 people were there at displays and booths.
Right, yes.
Okay.
They were selling things. There were people having sword fights. It was amazing. It was actually my first Comic-Con type thing.
Now, do you think most of these people were from the Anniston, Calhoun County area, or do you think they came in from other places?
Some were, yes, but there's
Mostly local. So there's a big interest in this kind of thing here in the Anniston, Jacksonville, Northeast Alabama area. Well, tell me, so you have a helmet here that you made,
yes, I do.
and so which character would this have been?
This is Red Hood.
Okay, and is he DC or Marvel?
He is DC.
I'm acting like I know something.
He's actually DC.
Okay, what's the difference between DC and Marvel?
Oh, jeez.
DC is,
DC
what does it
is
stand for?
DC stands for Detective Comics.
So it's a detective style
Yeah.
comic. And
Well,
are there superheroes in DC?
There, yes.
Kind of.
You've got Superman, Batman,
Okay.
Wonder Woman.
Well, that would be
Yeah.
superheroes.
Yeah.
So DC is those guys. Okay.
But it tends to be a lot darker than Marvel Comics.
Okay. And so in Marvel, what are some of the heroes in Marvel?
Spider-Man, the Hulk, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
They're all Marvel. Okay.
Right.
And so you went as,
I went as the Red Hood, who is
Okay.
he's an assassin.
okay. I'm going to let you put it on. Let me
Okay.
see that
Okay.
on. He made this helmet himself. And so if you recognize this guy at the show this Saturday, I guess it was in Anniston, it was Dylan Smith. And that actually looks pretty good. So how did you start making that helmet?
Well, I found an old motorcycle helmet that had been like nearly destroyed, chewed up. It had all kinds of dents in it, and I said, "Look, I need a helmet to wear to Anycon." So I took fiberglass, Bondo, and spray paint, and this is
Okay.
what came of it.
Where did you get the skill set to use fiberglass, Bondo, and spray paint?
My dad taught me.
Okay, so you had somebody at home that was teaching you to do that. How did you get involved in Longleaf, the film industry here in the Jacksonville area?
Well, the makeup artist, Mackenzie Henderson, invited me one day, and since that day, I've been, I loved it.
So you're
I
hooked.
loved it, yes.
Yeah, okay. So this is what we're doing in the Jacksonville area is everybody from about 14 years up. I think our oldest guy here is, wave your hand, how old are you? I'm waving at one of our guys, who was probably in the 60s, so, a little older than me.
Right.
But, okay, so it's all ages, all crafts, and if you're a young person and you want to learn new things, new crafts, or have a desire, the film industry seems to be a great place to come and practice those. So, Dylan, thanks for being with us here today. And you probably have a camera or something for to go run and do. So, but everybody here is involved in the process of setting cameras up, setting the lighting up, pulling power, putting audio together, and we do a multi-camera taping with, by the way, these are Panasonic Lumix GH4s, Z1000 and 2500 for you camera guys is what the 3 cameras are that we're using tonight. And we're using the Sling Studio, which is a new multi-camera live streaming device, and it's plugged directly into the internet, and we're streaming straight to YouTube and in our Studio B. So you can use Studio B if you'd like to. It's just easy. Give us a call again at Longleaf Studios, or this gear is ready along with a crew to come to your location and do a live stream, do a live program. So we're pretty excited about that. Hey, Brenda, would you hook up the B-roll footage of Longleaf Studios? And while Dylan is changing mics with Adam, I'm going to roll a little B-roll footage and tell you a little bit about Longleaf Studios. Of course, we're located right here in Jacksonville, Alabama. We have a very large room with a green screen in it. And if I can get you to show me the video when it runs, so go ahead and run it. And we're going to be able to see, I'm going to watch it on the iPad as soon as she gets it brought up, and then I can begin talking about that. And just right there is fine. Just turn it towards me, and we'll be able to tell exactly what we've got. So right there is our green screen, and that's Rohan Durunda and the rest of the crew. And of course, we're using a dolly and the lights, and there's Logan Justice and some of the talent that has been in here working on a different set. Rohan is a producer, director who now lives in Texas. He was at UAB at the time. That's my son Adam, who's also one of the film crew, along with Mackenzie, and that's up in the idea room. So we have a room here with whiteboards all the way around. And she was giving a first-time demonstration on makeup using Adam as the person to put the cut mark on and teach a little bit about makeup. We've had people rent the studio doing programs like music videos, and that's Bill from Huntsville with his red camera who came down from a group out of Birmingham, and they produced a music video out here, which is now out, and I'm assuming on MTV now, but it was done very well. Of course, they brought in a lot of extra lightings, some big 5K lights that we were able to hook up through the light panels here, a bunch of flags, and really focused the light so that they could do the scene that they wanted. We had Bobby Hayden Jr. in here recently, and that's Mackenzie doing the makeup on Bobby. And our makeup room, which has 3 chairs, and in that room, there's also a green room, so that if the actor or you're getting ready to go out on the green screen, you're able to take a break, rest, get water, drink coffee before you go out on the set. And again, Mackenzie was doing a wonderful job on the makeup for Bobby on the initial video that we've shot for him as we get ready to produce a script and accompany and go out and begin doing the movie for the Bobby Hayden Jr. story, which we have coming up soon. The rest of the building is office space. It's rentable. There's place to bring your group in if you want to bring people here and run your entire film right out of this studio there on that scene. We even set up the part of the back lot as a homeless camp for Bobby's program, and that's director our director there for that show, along with some of the actors. And as you can see, the whole facility here at Longleaf is available to be used, including there's an extra room for catering, as well as handling all the other things that would be going on in your film production. So you can use it as a home base, work right out of the Jacksonville area, and there are beautiful places around here with scenery, places that look like many other places around the country, but are still pristine and have yet to be seen in many of the films that are currently out there. Now, all you guys over in Atlanta, if you want to find a nice, pristine place to come and shoot your film, right here at Longleaf Studios is kind of the place to do that. So I have a new guest with me on tonight, and this is my son, Adam. And Adam, welcome to the Alabama Film Community TV program. And you've had a chance to attend film camp yourself a couple of times.
Yes, sir.
And elaborate for me, would you? If you would turn your chair a little bit so we can talk.
Sure.
Elaborate with me a little bit about film camp. You've now actually had a chance to go to 3 of them.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the things you picked up in film camp versus what you're kind of learning, tagging along with me?
Sure. I was really interested in many of the terminology involved with the film community.
So the language of film is something that you think is being taught well here at Longleaf.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. What's a C-47?
Clothespin.
All right. What do you say when you're turning a light on the set for the first time?
Striking.
Striking? Okay. What do you do when you turn the light off? You say what?
Saving.
Saving. Okay. So in our film class, we're going to learn the language of film. How about setting up a camera, for example? Have you gotten pretty familiar with the cameras?
I've been pretty familiar. There's a setup that you have. It's called the thirds.
Okay, so you've been taught about thirds, how the screen is broken up into thirds, and where to get your best shot from.
Pretty much to position it in the right position.
All right. What about the cameras tonight? Okay, we've got these Lumix cameras. What were some of the 3 key things that you had to set up to get the proper lighting set up with the cameras so that they matched almost equally?
ISO, f-stop, and shutter speed.
Okay, so what's the ISO for this room right now, you think?
ISO is about
between 500 and
800.
800, okay.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're shooting on tonight. And the shutter speed is about what?
About 60.
And you think the f-stop is what?
3.5 or 3.7. Determines either camera.
Well, that's pretty good. And you're in what, high school?
I am in high school.
That's really good. Tonight we want to do something special. This is the first time we've got an actual sponsor for the show. Breno, if you would hook up the page that I told you on the graphics, and we're going to give away a T-shirt from our good friends over in Pell City, Alabama at Cogswell Trading Company. So Cogswell has a whole lot of shirts, and Breno, were you able to bring that up? It's under graphics, and yes, she's got it up. So they've got a great little store over there, and they have if you're into golf, by the way, they've got this thing, Adam, where you can go out there and hit a golf ball into this screen, and it looks as if you're on, I think he said 15,000 different golf courses you can play on that. So if you're into golf and it's wet and it's wintertime, or you want to practice your game, go over to Cogswell Trading Company in Pell City, Alabama, and that's our advertising for tonight. Of course, you can also be a sponsor of our show or any of the other shows we'll be producing here at Longleaf Studios. So we're going to give this shirt away. So how are we going to do it, Adam?
We're probably going to go find someone and we're going to give it to them.
What we're going to do is, if you're watching tonight, there is a Facebook page called Alabama Film Community. Go to Alabama Film Community, and on that Facebook page, leave us a note that you would like to win the T-shirt. And we will pick from those names and announce the winner next week on who won the T-shirt here on Alabama Film Community TV.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool. So that's what really this whole show is about, is telling people about the film community in Alabama, what's going on, and giving people the opportunity to talk about their stuff and their product.
Absolutely.
Adam, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay in film, you think?
Sure.
How what kind of things do you like about film? Are you an editor? Are you a producer, director? What's the most important thing?
I really have worked on editing, but I also like getting into cameras and how to set up cameras. Cameras are very vital to the source because if you don't have cameras, you can't make the movie. But also, if you don't have editors, you can't edit the movie either.
That's very good. So you think you want to be on the editing side of
Most likely.
most likely. And you've edited several programs yourself? Okay. And you think we're going to be able to see some of those sometime?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hope I can send it down to you.
All right. You're also interested in storm chasing as well. Is that something?
Very much so.
Okay. So you like taking the cameras out and doing the live reality type stuff as well?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Brandon, we're going to take one more break right now. And in that break, we're going to talk about an upcoming program on March the 15th here at Longleaf Studios, and it is our next film. If you'll remember last Thursday, or Thursday a week ago now, it's been that long, we saw The First Lady of the Revolution, and we had a very nice little setup in here with Lisa, one of our crew here tonight, along with a red carpet scene, and we saw the movie The First Lady of the Revolution. Well, coming up on March the 15th at 6 p.m., we'll do another live stream. At 7 o'clock, we'll go live with the movie, is a movie called Swim Team. And Adam, it's about some kids that are autistic and them being involved in a swim team. And I think we're going to have a really big crowd. Tomorrow, we're actually going to have a group in here talking about how to have a discussion after the movie about autism and the things that go on with that and how we can better the lives of everyone as we work and live with the disabled in our lives. And you've got a sister that has Down syndrome, so you're kind of well familiar with that.
Very much.
Brenda, would you go ahead and show this little 1-minute clip? And that will show us a little bit about what this movie is about, and it is called Swim Team.
Guys, give the best that you got. Who's with me? Hammerhead! Hammerhead!
As I know autistic means, some person that's different than other kids.
Our team, they have some type of autism spectrum disorder.
You're gonna swim if it kills me.
Coaching a special needs team versus a regular swim team, it's night and day.
I know the tick's bother you. You just have to work with him a little bit. He's good though.
If you are the fastest swimmer, me and Mike will take care of who wants to be faster than us.
So many people don't give our kids a chance to do anything.
Take your mark. Go, Mikey! Go, Mikey!
When I'm swimming, I feel normal.
You can go. Don't give up. Try not to give up.
Hey, and welcome back. And that was really a interesting film that's coming up on March the 15th here at Longleaf Studios. We'd love to have you here. It's really a night of networking. So if you would go to longleafstudios.com, find the registration form, go ahead and register so we know how much to pick up on the food and everything for that night. And you can come and meet with us here and network in the main studio and talk to everybody about the film, but also just about Longleaf Studios and how you might want to bring your film here to Jacksonville, Alabama. And we'd love to have you here. So that's really going to wrap it up for tonight. I hope next week that we're going to have Wendy Robinson in. Wendy is a crew member, producer, director. She lives in Alabama now, but works all the time over in the Atlanta film market. And we want to have her in. We're trying to get Bill Biggins down here, Sandra Lafferty down here, Pete Conroy should come in soon. And every week we're going to talk about the film community in Alabama, especially here in Northeast Alabama, because we'd love to have you come here to Longleaf, use this facility, and don't forget about film camp coming up. Don't forget about the acting camp that is the week before that in June. And again, if you just go to the website, all of that stuff is there. And give us a call at Longleaf if you'd like to just talk to somebody about your ideas. That's at 256-365-1650, or longleafstudios.com is the website, and you can get all the other contact information. So anyway, that'll do it for this week. And David Finlayson, I saw him on Friday night. He is scheduled to have some surgery coming up, and then we hope that he will be well right after that and back with us. And he's one of our great producer, directors, and writers in the Gadsden area that we'll have him back here. He's also the founder of the Alabama Film Community Facebook page. So remember, go to the Facebook page, like us, share us. We've got a T-shirt for someone that we'll draw from the people who say, I'd like to win the T-shirt, and we'll send that out to you. And Brenda, that's it. We'll wrap it up live from Longleaf Studios, Studio B, and Alabama Film Community TV Live.